just can't understand the way I behave. Some people you can never save. In my right hand, got a girl on my ear, and on my left hand, throwing back a beer. What can I say? Right,
so you guys have taken care of all of your ghosts.
I'm in 2s.
Okay, but there's no other ghosts for you.
No, but I'm gonna look for the speakers so I can shoot them.
All right, make me probably a awareness check. No, alertness. Let's do an alertness check. Huh? No, not really. Let's do an alertness check because you're hastily checking.
My alertness is not great.
Well, that's not a bad roll though.
Okay, I got a 4.
You do not see any speakers in the. Well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. You quickly step forward around the shelves. You kind of look around real quick. You see that there's a door over by. If you look to your right, it's kind of in the corner of the room across from you guys. There is a loudspeaker above it where the drums are coming out of. The door is open, and standing in the doorway is JD. Okay. Remember, he was the guy who owned it. So what do you want to do?
Shoot the loudspeaker.
Okay. Make me a... Do you have a gun?
Yeah, it's only +1, but...
That's all right.
There you go.
It's not dodging.
Like 3.
Oh, yeah, you hit it. Pow! Loudspeaker goes... Roar! Now, you can still hear the drumming in the back part of the building, but it's definitely stopped here. Okay? That's good. Yeah, you got it. All right, that was in 2, also in 2.
Can I holler at the same time? JD is in front of, down the hall for me?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I come in and blast him.
Well, you step around the corner where he is. What are you going to blast him with?
Just my kinetic
blast. Okay, make your roll. You doing your rote spell?
Yep, rote spell.
Okay, so you're just rolling discipline is what it is. Right.
That would be a 4.
I believe your strength is a 5 on this one, right?
Correct.
So you have... Okay, you take a minor stress. You take it either on physical or mental, whichever you prefer. Yeah. But because you didn't have enough discipline to grab it, you have a choice. You're just trying to... Well, actually, you're just trying to hit him, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like it goes off.
So because it's a rote spell, you don't have to worry about making sure. So you missing is all that happens.
Okay.
That's normally what would happen is if you'd done your spell and it wasn't a rote, you'd have to take either another stress or it would do a strength 4 attack and you'd have 1 strength fall out to the area around, like you blew a hole in the wall. Because it's one of your rote spells, you don't do that. You always succeed at rotes, but all that means is you just miss. Okay, so that's not too bad. You step around the corner and blam, and he kind of steps back through the doorway and you don't hit him. So that's what happens. All right, cool. So that was in 2. On the other side of the building in 2, that brings us to, let's see, let's go with Miranda first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 ghosts left.
Okay. Are they like sort of one-on-one combat with everyone?
There's
or
one
is
of them.
Sort of a clear flanking line, or
well, they're kind of they're not going after the people who are down. There's one on Vasquez, one on Michael O'Malley, one on Larry, and then probably one on you.
Okay, well, I'll just take a.
Wait, there are 4 now?
Yeah, there's only 4. Yeah,
we had 3 a moment ago.
7, 8, 9, 10. No, there should be. Oh wait, I'm sorry because I forget. Jeffrey Dahmer was one of them. There's only 3. You're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yay!
There's only 3. So there's 3 on the policeman. There's not 1 on you right now.
Okay. Who
Vasquez is pretty hurt.
Yeah, I'll go for the one on her.
Okay.
Ooh. That's not good. That's a 3.
All right. What'd you get?
3.
Okay. You beat him by 1.
Okay.
So you do a 3 strength strike.
+2 sword.
Yeah, that's actually going to take out one of them because he was already hit. So that's good. Cool. He already had a hole in him from, I guess, bullets, and so you lop his head off and he falls to the ground in pieces. So that'll work. Other 2s over there. The policeman. Let's see. Vasquez takes her nightstick out and smashes one of the ghosts. And succeeds. She takes out the one on her. There's 1 ghost left. Oh, wow. Let's see. And I'm going to say that let's see. Michael O'Malley puts his gun to the ghost's head as it turns around from trying to come after Larry and pulls the trigger. And the ghost head explodes in an explosion of ectoplasm and then just dissipates on the ground.
Nice. These guys are never going with us again.
That was in 2. In 1...
Me?
You're on that
I
side.
go to the sergeant.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use one of my 2 little potions to begin his healing process.
Okay. You hand him a potion. He says, "What is... It smells terrible."
He says, just drink it.
Okay. Don't trust me. Just drink it. Yeah. He says, "Okay," and takes a drink. He goes, "Wow, I feel a whole lot better." And so you notice that he looks like he's much better. He's still hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But the wounds begin to close and begin their natural healing processes. That blood starts to
bit faster.
clot.
I'm just gonna put my hand on Antoine's shoulder and be like, "I'll pray for you."
In 0, you're standing there, you've handed him this potion, and all of a sudden he lets out a gurgling squawk as this midnight wind comes, or this darkness comes seeping up out of the floor. You can see him as he's lying there, how his flesh and bones just begin to shrivel, like he's aging instantaneously.
What was in the potion?
This black smoke.
Not my side effect.
No, not your side effect. No, this black smoke. It does the same thing, unfortunately, to Antoine and kills him as well. Vasquez, when she sees this, leaps back out of the doorway and she takes a minor wound. As she leaps out of the doorway, you can see that one of the little black smoky tendrils hits her leg and she drops to the ground outside the door. So she's down, but she's not dead. Okay. Michael O'Malley takes a minor consequence and then a 3 stress hit. Ooh, and Larry Williams, it kills him. It puts him down as well. So what's happened is Sergeant Jefferson has died, and so has Antoine. So this black, icky smoke comes rolling up out of the ground. You guys are each going to need to take a 5 strength hit from this smoke. So
Dang.
armor will help.
Happens.
Okay.
Okay, so
Armor helps.
take it down to a 3.
Right. So it's a 3 stress hit. It's a 2 stress hit for you.
Yeah,
right?
whatever you want.
So it's a 3 stress hit for you. It's everything in the zone is what it is. Okay.
Okay.
You're not sure where it came from. It was just about like this black smoke just came boiling up out of the ground. You're not really sure what it was, but you could definitely, when it hits you, you could feel it kind of leach your life force out. You're figuring it's
I'm just
one
gonna
of the
yell
people.
everybody back out.
Yeah. Okay. You can probably grab Larry Williams, pull him out. You know, you can check on Vasquez and things like that. You guys are there. Also, well, you guys are in the back of the room.
On the other side or something.
Right.
And JD's in front of us, right?
Right. He is.
Who's JD?
The guy that tried to kill Bunk with the ritual knife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Who would be in? You two would be in front.
I think I'd be in front. I think he's
Okay.
probably behind me.
Yeah, I pretty much
Yes.
looked. I looked inside the door and
Because I think he's already established that he's like he's trying to stay out of the
Audi.
way.
Trying
Audi
to-
3000.
Okay. You take a strength 3 attack, Jody.
I don't get to defend.
No, it's magic. Remember, magic doesn't let you defend at all. We had that discussion last time. It's pretty icky in that respect. So it's a stress 3 strike. Now, your shield does, your armor will defend against it, okay? Your armor's 3, right? Jody?
I just realized it is a 3-bit. It says once per session.
Ooh. Okay, so you don't have your armor. It only works once. Okay. So you take a 3 stress hit. It is a spirit attack, but I think it's
So
still
is that
physical.
mental or
It's
social?
physical. It's physical.
I can only take 1.
Is that true of our badges too? The armor?
No.
Oh, no, actually the badges... I I don't remember.
Oh no, because
We'll
I
have
was
to work
honestly
it out.
wondering about that. Because my 3 armor is a 3-time use thing.
Yeah, I bet the badges is only once per session is right. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll remember that from now on, so that's okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can only take a 1.
Okay, so take a
Stress
minor
left.
consequence
So
Okay.
mark that off. And
and a minor consequence.
Is that mild?
Yeah, mild. I'm sorry. Because that mild reduces your stress by 2, and then you have to mark off. So,
Okay.
this is an energy draining attack. Okay.
What do you mean reduces your stress by 2?
Huh? When you take a consequence, it
You
reduces.
to erase a block?
No.
No, down
Since you
here,
took a
see?
3 stress strike,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
and
I know
then
that.
then instead of taking 3, she only takes 1, but she takes a minor consequence.
But I think you
Okay.
can't do that until you've gone through all your boxes.
No, I got you. Now.
No, you can use it anytime you want.
Oh.
Right. So you take a minor consequence, and I'm going to say the minor consequence is drained. Okay. Also, that is okay. So right down there, you're drained.
The downside of taking the consequences, though, is the fact that they give you aspects which he can then tag for his
Right.
stuff.
But you
whatever.
essentially gain hit points.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but then like JD could say, well, I'm going to tag the drained aspect from her,
Yeah.
and then use a +2 on his roll or re-roll or whatever. So that's the thing that makes it
Right.
dangerous. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was in 0. So that brings us back around to +3.
Okay.
So your turn.
Uh,
You see JD. He's in front of you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and.
Well, actually, you're outside in the hall, in the
No.
alleyway, but you
I
can move
stepped
around.
back in.
Oh, did you
Came
move back
back
in?
in.
Okay,
I-
yeah.
I moved
Oh, that's
back
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and I think I'm gonna punch him.
Okay. Go for it. You move forward easily, quickly.
You know, I was just looking for you.
You got some explaining to do. I'm gonna tag an aspect
Okay.
to add +2 to the roll.
Okay.
And it's called this town or this district isn't big enough for the 2 of us.
All right. I like it.
Alright, so
So you're using fists or what?
I'm using fist for
Okay.
claws.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's a 5 minus 1, which is 4, +2, so 6 to hit.
All right. He got a 3, so you beat him by 3.
And then my might and my claws.
You got a 6. Wow. Okay, because he had a +5 block up. If you hadn't gotten at least a +6, he would have blocked it with his spirit
magic
energy.
stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, you break his block, so it's gone now. So you beat him by 3, and then your damage rating is 4, so you hit him for 7. Now remember, he was already injured from last
I ain't
time.
fucking around with no mages.
That's right. So let's see. He's gonna have to take. Wow, he's hurt. He's gonna have to take a
Good.
severe
Good.
consequence.
He needs to be hurt.
And then hit. Wow. Okay. He's tough then. Okay, so he's still up. He's still up, but you reach up, slap him in the face like that, and he goes, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!" And he drops down, and then you can see that he looks pretty woozy. Where you've clocked him, he falls back against the wall and kind of staggers back and goes, "I surrender! I give up!"
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna say, call off your she bitch.
I'm her apprentice. I can't do anything.
That sucks.
So yeah, he's the apprentice, right? But he staggers back against the wall, kind of leans back, and he's had a dagger in his hand, and he's dropped it on the ground. His cloak that was kind of billowing around him is stopped and is now kind of hanging limp. So he's not doing any magic or anything. He's just staggered against the wall, and he's looks like he's giving up. Is what you see.
Okay.
All right, so that's
2s?
+2s, yeah.
I walk up and kill him.
Okay. She's a warden. That's kind of her prerogative.
Asked her
He
where
is a
she was.
necromancer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what the White Council would do. They'd say, "Oh, necromancer, kill him." Yeah.
So
That's,
we don't know where she is now.
And
Yeah.
at the time that we start talking to him and she gets nearby to give him some, then no, just
So, okay,
more
do
death.
you have some kind of tagline you're going to use when you do this? I mean, it's
Oh, I'm
a bit
terrible at
dramatic.
this stuff.
You walk up to JD, one of the minor evil characters you've been dealing with for a while, and quietly run him through. Wait, don't kill me! Right into the wall, and blood pools behind him, and his head rolls back, and he slumps to the ground dead.
No.
Okay.
Well, no. He said.
And Bunk's like,
I'm just-
dang!
That sounds pretty good, honestly.
Okay.
Just want to
Let's just leave it there, right?
Just cold-hearted.
Leave it like
Yeah. Are you gonna
Ice intervention.
are you gonna take
Got
any
that
of his
aspect, so.
stuff?
I'm
Mainly
gonna
be-
look to see what's there.
Well, he's wearing a ring. He's got this weird obsidian dagger. He's also got this black cloak that was billowing around him that now seems very
I'm gonna
quiet.
take a glove
Yeah.
from my pocket,
Yeah.
and because my coat has inside pockets, and
Right.
I'm just gonna take these things and put it
Yeah.
inside, not touching them.
Exactly, because you don't want to leave this necromantic stuff lying around for someone to find.
Right.
Correct. So you grab this stuff, put it in your different coats. You can take his cloak and kind of roll it up. It's weird. It's soft, and when you mush it up, it's almost like, I don't know. It's like linen, but it mushes up really small and then goes into your pocket. But it's kind of black and stained, and it's gross. So yeah, you step through the doorway. You see that you are in kind of one of the little doors. That's maybe the back part of the second room where you guys went through the Museum of Death. You can see that basically you can kind of hear the gunshots out front. There's this cold, chilly wind blowing from what looks like the first room and the lobby room where you came in.
Are we still hearing the drums?
Yes, you still
Okay.
hear the drums. There is another loudspeaker on
Yeah,
the
we-
wall.
Oh. Can
But-
I shoot that too?
No, you've
or
already
if
done
it's
your
the next
action.
turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so that was in
Loudspeaker on the wall.
Yeah.
Can I reach the loudspeaker?
You could. Do you have a gun?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'll let you do.
We did fix that.
I'll tell you what I'll let you do. I'll let you just kind of do a shattering blast at it to kind of knock it so it's not working anymore, but you're not really going to do any damage to it. You're kind of just.
Did I take a stress from that?
No, it's just kind of a cosmetic effect.
I just want
Yeah.
to take it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you like crumple the thing,
it
so
up, yeah.
so it's not stopped, but now it's a lot quieter.
No, you
Let's
can
do with that.
And then just.
You fall over.
Let it go for it now.
Well, the thing about it, you can take stress points until you're all full, and you don't pass out. It's you decide when you want to be taken out of the battle,
Okay.
because that would prevent you from being killed. That's what JD was doing, and Jody said, "Yeah, no, yeah, no, you're
I
not
wanna leave
anyway,
something
buddy."
in the
Yeah,
holster.
so that's what it is, right? All right, so that was
find something in the room, just hit it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. It had to have a broom or something. I could just.
right. Well, see, that's why I said
Can't
I'll let
get
you.
it.
It's just a cosmetic spell where you just kind of crumple a thing. You haven't
Or
really
I'll go find a ladder, crawl
Yeah.
on, unhook it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
You know, well, there you go. You just reach up and just pull the yeah. So
turn
cosmetic
it off.
effects really aren't things that you have to spend stress points for. So that brings us to our other +2, which is you. The ghosts seem to be all gone, but you've got what looks like 2 dead policemen and 2 downed policemen with you, and then of course Michael O'Malley, who seems like he's hurt, but they've all dove out of the windows, out of the concrete or the cement sidewalk out in front.
Can we hear anything of what's going on with them towards the back?
No, not really. They're a couple rooms away from you.
Can I spot any of the speakers?
There was a speaker in the lobby area, so yeah.
We moved past that. Okay.
No, you backed away from the lobby area, so you're back out on the
Okay.
sidewalk. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
I'm gonna tell you right now.
uh-huh.
Weird, spooky, tendril things came up, killed 2 people.
Yeah, no.
I'm fine with burning this place.
Burn it to the ground.
Like
I
that's.
thought of that, but our friends I think I'm gonna.
It's a 6-story building, and I'm fine with every level of it.
I'm as soon as
it's
we
next
get
to
our
other buildings, isn't it? So
the whole block could go,
I
and I
mean-
wouldn't be.
I don't know. As a warrior of the cross,
I
you
thought I was
probably
just
couldn't
thinking,
burn the
"God,
building
you guys
down.
gonna
You might have a
burn
little
down
problem
the
with
block."
burning innocents in the building. I will say.
Oh, if there are people
Might
in there, I
give
thought
you-
this was a shopping center and it was closed.
Well, there's probably not anybody in the Museum of Death besides these two guys,
But
but
there
they're
are people in the other thing.
yeah, the other buildings around it. Yeah, you're not okay
But
with
look,
that. That would be not
I'm
a
gonna-
good thing.
If you want to stay with them, you can. I think they should need to take care of their people.
Well, you might want to call 911 for all that matter, and your phone still works.
Yes, it does.
You might want to call 911 or the an
I'm happy
ambulance for
doing
these
that.
guys.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I think I'm going to try to. Is
Put you
the
in a
stuff still
wagon in the
blocking
back
the
or
way? Is
No,
it
it's
still-
gone.
Oh,
It was
it's
kind of like
gone.
a strike and then it was gone. Yeah, like somebody did a spell. Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of.
I think I'm going. I think I'm going in. But if you
Okay.
want to call 911 for them and help triage
Oh, I'm doing that, yeah.
this
Okay.
situation.
All right. 911. What's your emergency? Yeah.
Yeah, down cops. Shots fired. Send help.
Okay. Where are you at? So you start relaying
Yeah.
information to get an ambulance there to maybe help the 3 policemen that are still there. The other 2, yeah, they look gray and emaciated and kind of like you've seen in every movie where just, their skin kind of sinks in around their bones like you've always seen. Yeah, they look really dead in a terrible way,
feel
if you
very
can
bad.
imagine. Yeah. All right, so you're stepping in, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to find them.
Okay. You move forward into the lobby. That was in +2. And so you're kind of looking around. There's one exit. You remember that takes you into the first room of the Museum of Death.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do?
I just want to try to approach cautiously in case something's ambushing me. If I see any of the speakers, I want to take them out. But
Right.
I'm looking for my friends.
All right. You move into the first room, and as you step into the first room where all the stuff was, where you're looking at it, across the room from you, very quickly, what looks like somebody pops into view in the doorway between the first and the second room. You're not sure who it is, shadowy figure, and right as she does that, she spins this little crystal wand and points it at you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can I throw a block? Or I don't have time to do that.
No, I don't think you can block magic with your sword. Is the
Okay.
problem.
Oh, yeah.
Unless the
Anything
magic
is,
is a rock.
anything's possible with the power of Christ.
It's just
There you
True.
go.
True.
Is a crystal technically a rock?
Now what she's throwing at you. Let's see. So let's see her discipline plus. Woo. Let's see. She's doing. Oh wow. Okay. What is your discipline?
My discipline?
Mm-hmm.
What's discipline? I swing a sword.
You swing a sword.
I swing a sword.
All right. Let me check something real quick and see. All right. If you want to try and dodge out of the way, you can use athletics. I was mistaken. You do get to defend if you're trying to dodge out of the way of stuff. You can do an athletics roll to dodge. So
Did you tell me I couldn't tonight?
no, I did. I told you couldn't defend against magic, which I was wrong. So yeah, my mistake.
That's okay. Then I guess
Four.
my mistake with umbrella, so evens out.
So she got a 5, beat you by 1. Okay, so you take a strength 8 attack. What you see is she spins this little crystal. This is what she did to you in the cemetery. She spins her little crystal rod, points it at you, and this pale beam lances out at you, and you can feel the energy leaving your body and flowing down the beam. You feel yourself getting weaker. Okay, so it's a strength 8 hit. You don't have any shielding right now. You can take a mild consequence,
Okay.
and then you. Oh wait, no, it's a minor.
Yeah, exactly.
The one below it is what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
moderate.
Yeah, moderate. I'm
There
sorry,
goes
moderate.
mild, moderate,
Yeah.
severe.
So take a moderate consequence, then you have to soak a strength 4 physical attack.
Okay.
So that'll do it. Okay. Moderate attack. what do you want that aspect to be of that moderate consequence?
Did she throw the actual crystal at me?
No, huh? It was
okay.
just a pale
like a
beam.
power,
yeah.
okay.
Throw
I
your
just have
sword at
like
the
a
crystal.
scorching, burning.
Burning chest wound?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Desiccate, what, gangrenous hole in chest? Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so burning chest wound. Necrotic chest wound, I like it.
Okay.
All right, now, that was in 2. You guys have already gone this round, but what
Did you go this round?
He hasn't gone. He's calling the police. He's calling
that's right.
the,
So yeah, he is doing this round.
What you guys see is at the entranceway between the second and the first room, this shadowy figure pops into being. Okay, just she wasn't there, and then boop, all of a sudden she is there. So you get the feeling she was maybe under a veil or something like that, making herself invisible. So that brings us back around to +3. So you've just seen this shadowy figure pop into being between the 2 rooms.
Okay. I'm gonna claw that bitch.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go hold her.
You're gonna go.
But not very
You're gonna go
aggressively.
hold her?
I'm going to restrain her.
Okay. So you're doing a maneuver, right? To grab her,
I'm just
right?
grappling.
Right. Remember, grapple. You have to maneuver
first.
to grapple her first.
I thought we talked
Yeah.
about you don't.
No, I looked it up.
No, unfortunately.
So you'll have to do a
Okay, so
maneuver.
what was a maneuver then?
Yeah. So you're going to maneuver to restrain her, and then what you can do is restrain her, tag that restraining thing next round to grapple her.
So I don't disable her wand arm. That's what I would like to do.
Okay.
But restraining, grappling does not do that.
Let me think. If you maneuver her, you could do a maneuver to disarm her.
Yeah, just whatever drops that.
Let's
wand
do
is what I
that.
wanna
Let's do a maneuver. Your maneuver is disarming her, right? And so the aspect she'll have now on her is disarmed if you succeed. So make a might check, because what you're doing is basically you're gonna grab her arm or slap it out of her hand or whatever.
It's called. It's
Okay.
claw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you could just rip her arm off, and we could say she's
That's what we're
disarmed.
joking
Yeah.
about, really.
That would be nice.
Like Nathan Fillion's Suicide Squad character.
She's been disarmed.
There we fucking
What?
go.
Oh,
All right.
Finally.
That's a 9.
All right. She got a 2.
Okay.
So what you did was you succeeded with style twice, which means
her
you...
arm off, her whole torso
Right, so
came
when you
off.
disarmed her, you probably grabbed the crystal wand, slung it across the room, maybe put her in an arm bar or something like that. So I believe when you do that, I believe you get a free... If you succeed with style, you've tagged her with the aspect disarmed. Okay. And I believe you get 2 free tags on it, which you can pass to other people so they can tag it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to have her disarmed. I'm just going to say she's in an arm bar. Okay,
Arm bar.
which is probably even better than disarmed, because then she can't wiggle her hands around to do spells. So you got her in an arm bar or something like that. She's not restrained yet, but you can arm bar twice or pass it to someone else if they want to, just hit her
Do
really
something.
hard. Yeah.
You get like extra.
Well, a +2 or reroll for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and no
Yeah.
fake or whatever.
Yeah, no fake point. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
kind of cool. All right, good. So that was in 3s. 2s.
Tools. Drum still going?
Yep. What?
I'm gonna come up to her where he's holding the arm bar.
You're gonna attack her. Okay, you gotta make a
Sword's
roll
going
to
in the head.
attack. We gotta make a roll to attack. Okay.
I
So
have to attack? I mean, she's
Yeah,
being held.
well, she's still
Okay.
struggling. I mean, she's not standing there going, kill me. Okay. But for a necromancer, that would make sense. Okay.
4?
Total?
I mean, 3 total. Yeah, 3
Okay,
total.
so you did your weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, 6. I'm sorry. I forgot to add my weapon to it.
Okay.
6.
Do you want to tag the aspect armbar for free?
Oh, it's free. Yeah.
Yeah, you get 2 tags on it
Yes.
for free.
I'll tag it.
So you got an 8.
Okay.
Okay. She got a 0. So
Wow.
8 plus 3 for your sword damage. Let's see. She has no. Yeah, she's done. She can take a extreme consequence for -8, then another a mild consequence for -2, and she's still got a stress point to soak. So she is out. Absolutely. She drops to the ground. You got her arm still pinned behind her back.
Do the drums stop?
No, they don't. You got her arm still pinned behind her back. She's got this sucking chest wound. She's bleeding out of the corner of her mouth, and she goes, but she's not moving. She can't get away.
Can you stay with this? We gotta find the drums.
We gotta find the drums.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You got her. She's not struggling at all. Yeah.
All right, I'll help find the drums.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess we can see you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
was
can.
just on the other side.
Yeah.
Find the drums. Where's the AV room?
You begin running through the building. You get to the third room, and there's another loudspeaker. You guys kind of shut it down.
Can I cast light on something so I can see too?
They
Because
might,
the
you're
light
still
was on
there
their
initiative,
badges.
right?
Well, no, that's what are you gonna do? Go ahead. We're kind of out of initiative now.
Maybe bring her. No, never mind.
What? Well, she can't do anything. She's completely restrained and out of
Okay.
it. So you
I
got
was
it.
gonna bring her to the front
You can.
with the cops.
Absolutely.
And, Trevor,
Oh.
and then join back with them just in
Yeah,
case
do
there's
we-
any more bad shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you.
Put her
She's
in
a
cuffs.
necromancer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So you.
We have plenty of cuffs.
so you,
Not
you need
This
to
is
slaps
true.
them around her ankles, slaps them around her.
I need to
hands.
take
Right.
her out.
I'm
Look,
just
why don't
saying,
I
I'm not
take
sure
her?
the police are going to be able to handle.
I'm gonna take her
necromancy, but
from
that's
you.
As we
Because
learned with
she's-
you, even if you duct tape someone's mouth, they can still throw
Still
spells
throw
around.
spells.
So
So
yeah,
I guess I'll take her and be out there.
you're not gonna just execute her summarily like you did with
Oh, we
JD.
got a question.
That's what I said I would do. Okay, never mind.
So what do you
now
do?
now that she's super incapacitated after I
Right.
hit her for 8 with my
Right.
sword.
Oh yeah, she's seriously hurt.
Can I just scold?
Take her head off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Huh?
Okay.
He just takes her head off. She just takes her head off. You cut her head off. She bleeds out. What you find on her is she has.
And the drums are still going after
Yes,
that?
yes. She has a silver skull necklace. She's got, of course, that weird crystal wand, and this really icky knife that has rusty stains on it. It's gross. So you take those and kind of stick them into your pockets without touching them.
Yeah.
They're pretty gross. You begin searching through the building. You wait for the ambulance, I guess? Yeah. Okay. Ambulance arrives within probably about 6 minutes. They see the policeman, immediately start working on them. They kind of look at the two guys who are dead, and they're like, what the? Oh, it must have been some kind of weird biological weapon.
Yes.
Because that's what people think. And so they load them up in there. They call in some more
FBI
ambulance
in here, yeah.
people.
And I've
Some
put
more
my-
police
I've
show
put my
up.
sword away.
And basically they start trying to cordon off the area, start asking questions to you about what happened here. No,
I didn't say nothing.
do you have rapport or something?
I do have a report.
Maybe a rapport check.
I was just passing
Okay.
by.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not bad.
It's a 2.
You begin talking to the police, so they start asking you questions. You're like, I don't really know a whole lot. I found these guys out here, and the policeman, here, and of course, the policemen who are still conscious are, yeah, he was just a good Samaritan coming by, helping us in time of need. That's why he called, and so they're kind of covering for
Yeah, he's
you.
a good Samaritan. The cop turns around, looks at him like,
With the big gun on his
You're right. Yeah. What's out a bullet? Well, it's
That's-
normal.
The great thing though is the nice big trench clothes.
Yeah, right. I can't tell. You guys begin moving back through the building. You get to the little shop where you can buy all kinds of paraphernalia and stuff like that. And there's a metal door that's behind the cash register. You go over, open the door, and there's a flight of stairs going up. You start going up the stairs. Most of this is just kind of wooden, rickety stairs. This area is not nearly as nice as the downstairs area. The boards are kind of a little rougher. You get upstairs, and it's basically rough-hewn wood. They haven't done any kind of finishing on this upstairs area besides just there's wood on the walls. Some of the wood looks pretty old. It smells a little musty. In one corner, there's a very large bed. And then you notice that there's some shelves with books on them over by this bed. There's a little overstuffed chair. It's kind of worn and threadbare. There's a threadbare rug on the floor. Looks like one of those little kerosene heaters. And then there's just kind of this little window air conditioning unit. So this is just, bare bones living quarters for these folks. But the big thing is that there's, of course, the bookshelf over on the wall. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should check that.
Yeah.
Anything that
Oh,
seems like
I'm
a
sorry.
source.
There's also a tape player.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there a
A
source?
boom box that has been
There's
hooked
a big
into.
thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Turn
And
that
it's got
on.
one of those little, pig nose things, and then so yeah, you can smash it, and
all
the
in your
drums
mind.
stop.
The drums will never stop.
That's right. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna take the tape out and see what it says on it.
Drums. Ritual drums. Yes,
So
that's it.
what does the bookshelf look like? I mean, it's
It's
all over there.
rickety. There's a lot of books on there. If you're looking at the bookshelf, I need a lore check.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll take a look, but I don't know if I...
Yeah, it's a
Just take a
Two.
look.
Y'all can come get
It's
me.
in
And
a
I'll go
book.
look.
Two.
A reading?
2. Okay.
Got nothing.
Where are you, Jody?
Remember I took her outside, so
Oh, after you cut her head off?
Yeah, there's only one.
yeah.
person
Remember I went
outside.
outside with them,
Yeah.
so they could go
Okay.
up there. So
All right. So,
can I meander in and?
well, probably the police are going to be asking. I need a report check from you as well. You're going to have to explain why you have a headless body that you just threw
Did you
outside.
come up, or is it just us?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I guess just us three.
I don't have rapport, but I have empathy. No, I have presence. Fine.
I'll let presence
So I
go.
got a
No, I'll
plus-
let presence go.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're up here.
So then
I made one
have
of
a
it. I
plus
only have a plus one.
3.
Okay. The police start asking you questions. They're going to need you to,
You did better than me.
tell them how you came upon this headless body in there. You kind of start telling them about how this woman was attacking the policeman, and you're not sure how her head came away from her neck. They kind of look at you a little weird and go, and of course the policeman.
No. I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but there was glass everywhere, and
You don't have. Do you have deceit or the ability to lie? That would be the question.
no.
Okay, then.
But I have
also have
conviction.
Okay,
I'm
well, see.
convinced this is what happened.
So what you're doing is what you're doing is you're trying to
Yeah.
use your presence, your charisma.
I really don't know what happened. I just happened upon this, and
Yeah, they're not buying that, Jody. So you're like, yeah, I
I'm
was.
not here to answer your question.
Well, that's right. So what the police say to you is, well, you seem like a nice enough person, but we're definitely going to need you to come down to the station, possibly tomorrow because it's late, so you can fill out some paperwork and give us your statement. So they don't think you did it, but they do want to talk to you about what happened. Okay.
these are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, good luck with that. So yeah, you guys go upstairs. You said you got a +2. Anybody else have a lore check that they did while they were
You
I
did
got
plus three.
a +3.
+3? Wow.
I just
I
rolled
had a
well.
-1.
Yeah. Negative. Well, yeah, you don't know. You're flipping through some of the books. Some of them are just kind of dog-eared paperbacks. Most of them are kind of dark. Dostoevsky and some things like that. Albert Camus. All kind of dark French philosophers. Nietzsche. And so, but on the top shelf, there's a few books. Some of them are like, esoteric information into harnessing the power of the dead. You kind of pull this book out and flip through it. It kind of talks about necromancy, but it really doesn't tell you anything. It kind of gives some theory behind it. You go to the next book, it's kind of the same thing, and you're kind of flipping through these books. Most of them are just kind of garbage. They're something you can buy in any occult bookstore.
Like one of those dragonology books.
Right.
You're just like,
or the Necronomicon that you
Yeah,
buy in Walden Books, right? Which you're like, wait a minute, the Necronomicon's a made-up book. Yes, correct. There is no Necronomicon.
Except at Yale University,
Yeah,
they
right.
have it.
No, right. But you do run across this one leather-bound book kind of at the end of the row. It's not big. It's kind of a little... You would mistake it for maybe a journal or something like that. And you pull it out. It seems very old. And you start flipping through it and realize it's actually got incantations and different spells to do to raise the dead, how to draw life force off of people. This one seems to be the real deal, and which would be a very dangerous book in the wrong hands. But
it was.
but you could definitely learn necromantic magic, you can keep it if you want, but realize.
I'm grabbing it, but I'm
I'm
grabbing it to give to.
Yeah, the White Council's not going to be real cool if you mess with it.
So
you grab it,
I'm grabbing it to confiscate to give to.
Right.
To
So you guys come downstairs. There's a lot of flashing lights out front of the building.
Confiscated.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashing lights at the front of the building. Several of the policemen see you kind of coming out.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay, you gonna go where? You got the back door.
If I see the
I'm
cops
going-
have arrived,
Yeah.
I'm going back out the back.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can do that.
I'll go out front.
Okay, so you guys head out the back. You head out front. One of the policemen just kind of looks around and he goes, Miranda, right? It's the guy you spoke to in the French Quarter about the Devil Man. One of the beat cops.
Hey.
And he says, what are you doing down here? This doesn't really look like your kind of hangout. I thought you were more of a cathedral girl.
Shopping.
Well, I was helping them with
Make me a report check.
Hey, do you
okay,
know this
that's
one?
not
Because I've
bad.
never met
I'm
him.
a
I don't.
A 5? Okay. So what are you gonna tell him the truth? Or are you gonna kind of gloss over it and say?
I'm going to say that we had some vandalism going on in the cemetery, which is true, and that we had teamed up with the local police to kind of suss this activity going on out, and that we caught people in the act of ne'er-do-welling in the cemetery and followed them here, and it turns out they were messing with some things they shouldn't have been messing with, and they can interpret that how they want to. That ended up costing the life of 2 officers. And
So the perpetrators of the death of the 2 officers, I assume one of them is this woman with her head missing. There's another person involved.
And since I don't know that he's dead,
Yeah, right. That's true. You don't.
I'd be like, she had a partner. They ran this place together. I don't know where he is.
Do you want to chime in as where he is?
I believe I saw him in the back of the building when I was running around.
One of the policemen goes, "Oh, so there's another person inside." And so a couple of policemen head back in, and then a couple minutes goes by. One of them comes out and he goes, "Yeah, he's dead against the wall, been stabbed with a sword."
Weird.
Yeah. Good thing you don't have your sword out
I
right
know.
now. It's in your umbrella. Right. Oh my goodness! And they look at Miranda, and you have a sword of the cross, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys looks at you and says, "Is that your sword?"
This
Yeah.
is my sword. It is.
Mm.
I did not use it to kill anyone tonight. Actually, no one alive.
I like how she says
Is there still
denied.
I do.
Give me a fake. The officer you've been talking to kind of leans over to one of the other guys and says, "Hey, look, she kind of works with the cathedral with the homeless. I'm pretty sure she's not the kind of person to do something like that. Look, those look like claw marks. Doesn't look like a sword mark at all. Maybe there was some kind of wild animal, or I mean, if these guys are dressed like cultists. Maybe they had some kind of weird clawed weapon that did it or something like that. I think she's probably okay." And so he goes, "Yeah, you're right. I mean, she wouldn't do anything like that. So yeah, okay, you're free to go, ma'am." But he turns towards you and he says, "Let me get your name and your phone number. I'm going to need you to come make a statement at the precinct."
Okay, I'm Della Fontano, and this is my phone number, but if I don't...
His thing on his belt goes whee! Like that, and he goes, "Whoa!" and turns it off, and he says, "I'm sorry, could you tell me that again?"
My name is Della Fontano, but... And I have a phone number. This is it. Blah, blah,
You
blah.
have a landline, remember, so.
It may not work. So
Your landline works all the time.
you can call this number, which is my landline.
Okay.
But I do have an answering machine, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, a little
so
sketchy.
how about this? Why don't I just come by the police station?
9 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Ask for Officer McHenry.
Officer McHenry.
Right. And he says, "And I'll take your statement." All right, well, I guess there's nothing really more to see here. You can go. I'll see you tomorrow at the precinct, and take her easy there, Miranda. Be careful. It's a rough part of town.
Absolutely, Officer McHenry.
All right. writing down.
I should get like a cloak or something to hide this under.
That would be a good idea.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. So you did him out the back door. Are you
Yeah.
gonna take to the sky and fly away? Or...
Yeah, you want to go?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Grab Bunk
He's
and out the
tired.
door
He's
you
like,
go.
I just
Yeah.
want-
Take me anywhere.
You're
Take
tired.
me anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So my car is still parked up front. Right?
Levites.
That's where all the cops
We all
are. and
stumble
everything.
towards
Yeah,
I'm sure-
probably so.
I can hotwire it for you. Just kidding.
No, do not touch my car.
They'll be clearing out in a few minutes. You can wait if you
We'll just go to the top of that building and just
Sure.
hang out on the
Yeah.
balcony.
I call and say,
Yeah.
rendezvous at Lafitte's.
Yeah.
When this is all over.
He could probably let you all know about that.
Yeah.
So about 30 minutes goes by. You guys kind of totter off down the street a little bit towards Lafitte's.
Before we leave, I think I'm gonna just, condolences to the officers that lost their fallen
Yeah,
brothers. And
I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah. They appreciate it, Yeah. This was before all the defund the police business and stuff like that.
Right.
This was kind of back when police were still a little more respected. So, it's kind of tough when they lose officers.
I tell him I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
If you ever need any of
Yeah.
my expertise, just let me know.
What do you do again?
I help the church
Sure.
with
Okay.
weirdos.
Well, all right, sure. Actually, I think Officer.
Which is not exactly true, but it was true for this case. So.
I think
True
Officer.
today.
Actually, Officer Michael O'Malley is still conscious. He's the one who's been kind of running interference, and he actually comes up to all three of you and shakes your hand and says, "Messy business tonight, but sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes things aren't so easy in the big easy." Which that's the theme of the whole.
it's the title of the show.
That's right. And he says, he looks at all of you also and says, "Look, and I owe all of you a beer, and I think you might owe me one too. So stay out of trouble. Let me know if I can help or anything like that, or at least just let Deacon Fontainebleau know. He can always get in contact with me."
Same.
And,
I feel really bad that two of your officers.
Well, he's
went
pretty
down.
beat up too. So they load everything up into the ambulances because there's a couple ambulances now, and they start heading towards. There's also a coroner wagon where they start taking all the bodies and stuff like that. They clear out. Your car is left behind.
Sweet.
So you guys hop in the car, and start heading down to Lafitte's for a celebratory. Okay.
I can only imagine what we look like.
Yeah. Well, probably covered in
Why
blood
can't
and
so
stuff like that.
I think
Yeah.
when everybody gets ready to head out, I'm like, guys, I think I'm actually gonna go back home and call it a night because I don't think I can go to a bar tonight. But
It is a
you
piano
guys,
bar.
I'm a recovering
So-
alcoholic.
Yeah, right.
It's
yeah.
been a rough day. I think I'm just
Yeah,
not gonna
true.
go near any alcohol. But
All right.
you guys should go rest up.
Yeah. So you head on home. You're probably able to catch either an Uber or a streetcar or a bus to get you back to the pawn or your little playing above the pawn shop. Yeah, you get home with no problems. Head upstairs, kind of get cleaned up a little bit. You're covered in a bit of ectoplasm, which evaporates pretty quickly. I don't think you were covered in any blood. Oh, you probably were from the
A little
ghouls.
bit.
From the ghouls,
And
actually.
also standing in the spray zone of getting the necromancer.
Right, that's true. The rest of you head to Lafitte's, kind of to chill, have a celebratory drink.
Sure.
It's pretty quiet at Lafitte's. I believe it's a Wednesday night, believe it or not.
What time is it?
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking at that the other day. It's Wednesday night.
Is it like 11 or?
Yeah, well, it's probably around midnight,
Midnight,
because you guys had waited until about 11:30 to meet the policeman before you went in, and so it's about midnight, maybe even 1 o'clock, pretty close. But it's New Orleans. New Orleans doesn't really shut down, so you go to Lafitte's, have a couple drinks. You're all pretty worn out and tired. If you've taken any stress boxes, I think you're about the only one who didn't take any stress boxes, or did you?
I didn't take any consequences.
Okay,
But my stress does heal.
right.
Um,
So
between scenes.
the scene is over. So remember, everybody erase your stress circles, okay? Because they come back after any scene, okay?
Today, on the Dresden Download, we're going to talk about necromancers and ghosts. Now, perhaps you're wondering why the necromancers were doing some kind of ritual involving ghosts. Well, what they were trying to do was weaken the veil or the barrier between the Never and the spirit world, because they wanted the ghosts to come through. Now, why would a necromancer want ghosts to come through, besides the obvious reason that they could control them or something like that? Well, necromancers can sometimes consume ghostly power, and in turn, that causes them to become more powerful. So what these necromancers were trying to do was they were trying to stir up the ghost of New Orleans so it'd be easier for the ghost to come through the barrier. And then they were going to consume them to get their power to become stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, what they were going to do with this immense power they might have is anyone's guess, but it probably wasn't going to be anything good. The big question we have is, how did they learn how to do this? Because these kind of rituals are not common knowledge. The White Council tends to try and keep that information suppressed so nobody does this. So where did they get this book that gave them the rituals that allowed them to stir up the ghosts, or the rituals to be able to consume ghosts? That kind of information is hard to find. Someone must be working behind the scenes. Anyway, that's it for the Dresden Download. Have a good one.